Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, and I'm meeting now with Mat Rhoades, co-founder of BLMG Holdings. All right, Matt, welcome back to the show.
Well, it's good to see you, Michael.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You sent me an article. I want you to bring that out. It's renewable energy hits global tipping point. Break that out for our audience.
Well, I'll break it down real simply. It came out on Forbes yesterday, and secondary news outlets also put it out. We're living in a world where we use resources, whether they're oil, hydrocarbons, natural gas, on an ongoing basis. Trees, rainforests, all of them are used. And they're all tracked on a basis of what they're keeping in time with our usage on a yearly basis. What has happened now is we're in August of 2018, and we've utilized anything the planet can replenish for this year already. So we're now running at what I would call a renewable deficit. So rather than being able to support that, what we're doing is borrowing from our children's future on renewable resources. And that is not a position that is sustainable at all, especially if you've got a 4-month ongoing still into this year. Where would that leave us on renewable resource balance come January 1st, 2019? We'd already be running a 4-month deficit. So my conclusions on that subject are that everything we do as a company does not impact that renewable resource number. We vitalize our infrastructure with the combination of solar power, in some cases the holy grail of hydrogen usage, which is a clean burning fuel, and cogen, wind. For instance, wind overtook expense ratios of liquid natural gas in the last couple of weeks. It is now cheaper to produce electricity with wind than it is with natural gas. And we're living in a world where 80% of our power is powered by hydrocarbons. Now, whether it's gas, propane, oil, coal, those things are resources that are counted in this Forbes article that are being drawn down and are not renewable. We can convert, and my company's focus is to converting, whether it's an in-place manufacturing facility that requires sustainable energy and they have land, we lay out solar, because that's really, other than the CapEx up front, a good position for a company to be into providing energy from the sun. Secondarily, when they do that, they're accessible to carbon tax credits, which they can then sell to other carbon offsetters. So it's a really good opportunity for us to take a hard look at what people have been saying for 30 or more years about climate change. We can no longer kick it down the road. We can no longer borrow from our children's future environment. And what we're doing as a company, and what our core ethos is to not only level that impact by every facility or infrastructure site that we put up, by making it near carbon neutral and finalized carbon neutral by the end of 2019, but to then spread that same ethos to companies who will take on board our technology or simple ethos and say, hey, listen, we can offset 25% of our electricity by expenditure on some solar power. We've got land. All of those things will cut back from turning the tide and the tilt that is occurring in our planet's ability to renew its own resources, which we consume at an alarming rate. And I think that's really important. You know, we're here now. Oil in the ground is valued as an asset for an oil company. Now, if we move to renewables, that asset value is going to have an impact on an oil company's value because they list those reserves, much like gold mines, as assets on their books.
Right.
If the reality is that we can turn this to a 50% renewables, we're going to make a significant impact. And that's our company's goal. Whatever segment of industry you are in, we would like to be able to look at your situation or scenario, and we would like to find your pain point solution, and we would like to insert a solution that may not offset you completely, but it will reduce you, and the consumer will follow you, and the market will follow you. And it's a decision by corporations across the board, small, medium, Fortune 50, you name it. But if it's a concerted effort, we can meet those goals. We may not be able to stop what's currently happening, but we can sure slow it down and in time turn it around.
Well said, Matt. All right, thanks for being a guest on the show.
I'm very, very thankful for being on your show today, Michael.
All right, you've been watching CEO Money. Thanks for watching. Like us on Facebook. follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back with more great content just for you.